wish that you had more time. An extra hour, something that maybe would give you a chance at getting all those things done that you wanted to get done, be helpful. Then I went on to say that the only one thing all of us truly have in common is time, and the fact that there is no more or no less of it. It's just what it is. So how is it that some people do so much better than others, or accomplish so much more, I should say? Why does that happen? And at the RE/MAX Broker Owner Conference in January down in Boston, I had the good fortune to hear Todd Duncan speak, and he actually gave me a copy of his book, which I dove into and really found to be very insightful and somewhat contrarian, if you would, about time. He actually looks at time management, with quotation marks, as a time trap in itself. You can get lost into all these different systems and ways for you to use your time. He says we cannot manage the clock. We can only manage our thoughts and our actions. I think everybody would agree with that. How much time do we spend on what really matters, on what will give us what we truly desire? How can we have better results in less time? I think it was Terry Drucker that said, what gets measured gets improved. And so on that front, I'm just going to throw a challenge to you to take a step back. I've done this a couple of times, and I'll do it again, where you take a week out of your life and you actually do your best to log everything that you do. And so you review daily, what are the tasks that you are doing? Are they two different major groups, personal and business related? And are they unnecessary, necessary, or productive? And sort of track that out to get a sense of how you spend your day, how you spend your time. What can be reduced, eliminated, or delegated? What are the two things that may be difficult to do, but always lead to results? And commit to one deliberate hour on those activities every day and see what happens. You'll be quite surprised. And I just threw in there another thing that I do periodically is try to map out what my ideal week looks like. I absolutely never get to my ideal week, but it's a good exercise in keeping me focused on what I'm trying to do. So, given that, if you had a sense of how you truly are using your time, if you dig into that a little bit, you can sort of learn where to focus on the key parts. He also says in the book, you cannot manage time, but you can manage tasks. And this is absolutely the truth. And he uses the analogy of the stoplight, red, identifying those things that we do that really aren't necessary and really more or less are either busy work or occupying our time. Yellow, this is the one I have challenges with, that's yellow for caution, right? The challenge there is pulling something in that isn't as important just to feel like you got something done in the day. And then, of course, green are those things that really juice your business, the things that really, truly make a difference in what you do. So how can we make more time for productive tasks? Anybody want to throw a guess out? How could you do that?
Eliminate unnecessary tasks.
Yeah, try to train yourself to focus more, and at least get that 1 hour in on those things that you know matter. And start your day with those activities, and you will be amazed at how fast things move along.
Stop emailing your wife.
Huh?
Stop emailing your wife all day.
Exactly. Well, email is a time trap, and very often it can suck you in. And if you're dedicating that hour to something specific, then you should not be looking at your email during that hour. You should because you're controlling that task. Here's another little challenge for you. And it's doing personal market research and see what you think of this. Call 10 of your past best clients, people you love, people that you did business with, you had a great experience with. That's fine. They're good calls to make. Ask, when I was working for you, what was the one thing you valued most? Now they're going to rattle off 3 or 4 things, and you got to get to the one that's number one. So you got to pull them back into it because they're going to say 2, 3 things, and you say, okay, no, I really need the number one thing that you felt that was valued for you, and then write that down. Do it 10 times. You'll start to spot a trend, and you'll gain insight into what is your true talent, and that's important. Now you know what you are selling first, because guess what, folks? Before you're selling houses, you're selling you. So. That's an important thing to get into. More important, it actually gives you confidence because you can say to somebody completely in an honest way, I conducted a survey of my past clients and these are the things that they felt I was uniquely best at. And it totally changes that dynamic and it gives you some inner strength. So I urge you to do it. It's also a fun thing to do. And people really want to participate. So in kind of working my way through this and you know kind of where I'm going, I want to offer to do more one-on-one coaching with people. I've been working with coaches for years and years now. I've worked with the Feeney coaches. I've worked with Richard Robbins coaches. I had a business coach, Michael Goldstein, and most of you met Ken McLaughlin, who I'm working with now, and we're having a blast together. And we've sort of been focusing in on this concept of systems coaching and trying to come up with ways to look at what tools you use and how you use them, and to try to better apply them to your business. Accountability goes with management all the time, and when you say something to somebody, I'm going to get this done, and somebody says, well, how are you doing? It makes a big difference because you can fudge it with yourself, and nobody's going to give you a hard time, right? You just say, yeah, I'll get to that later. So when you put it on the table and say, all right, Turcotte, I'm going to get this done, and you know, Lisa did that just recently. She said she was going to get it done, and she did. Getting her database pulled together. How many years was that?
I'm no comment.
Many.
No comment on the grounds that might incriminate me. You know, actualizing your goal and actually celebrating your goals. When you accomplish something by yourself, it's not as rewarding as when you have somebody that you can share that with. And you can say, holy shit, I actually pulled that off. And somebody actually says, yeah, you did. The key to it's measuring results. So there's two ways to do this. I mean, this type one-on-one coaching doesn't take a lot of time. It's really focusing in and picking up where you left off. You know, you can do it in a half hour, you know, every other week or once a month, depending on how you want to set it up. The other thing I'm interested in seeing if people want to do is forming some discussion groups around books, like the time traps. You know, where you read a couple of chapters, we get together and sort of talk about ways to apply those things into our business. Wine is fun. Because I get a lot of value out of talking about these things. What's that?
She's thinking of it as a wine club.
Yeah.
I know, it's an easy crossover. So I just want to put that out there too. So if you have some interest in that, I do suggest you get the book. It's an excellent book on sales strategy. Jesse, you read it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Time Traps. It was a very, very good book.
Todd Duffman's a mortgage guy,
Yeah, he actually comes from the mortgage biz, but he's really a salesperson, and he really understands. So,
Maybe we should
anyway.
have it in a library where people can check in and out.
We
Put it
still-
in their
No,
own-
I've tried that, but most of them just disappear.
They check out.
They just check out, right?
Like the one I have that's yours.
That's right. Speaking of checking out books. So, at any rate, you know, the concept of doing, you know, this is about trying to break through the glass ceiling a little bit. You know, if you're finding yourself stuck in that, there are things we can do to change. So I just want to put that out there. That's sort of taking what I do and trying to give you advice every day to a little bit higher level.